Aloha, I'm Dave Chen. I'm the paddle designer at Kealoha Paddles, and the paddle I'd like to speak to you about is the Mirror Pond. When we moved to Bend, Oregon in the 1990s, my wife, Meg, who's a steers person, she told me that the steering paddles that she had brought with her, which I had made, were too big. I mean, we paddled on a place called Mirror Pond, and about the only wake on Mirror Pond is created by swimming otters and ducks. So she told me I need a smaller paddle. So the original ones were made out of wood, and it was the 90s, and they were kind of jokingly called MC, Meg Chen, and Hammer. I'm embarrassed by that, and I shouldn't even be telling you this story. But anyway, the paddle spawned this carbon fiber paddle. Where is this paddle used, and who should use it? You need to be a good steersman if you're going to have a mirror pond. You need to be able to control the canoe nearly 100% of the time in flat water with off-the-hull corrections. This paddle is not made as burly as our open water steering paddles. It's not made to ride on the side of the canoe for hour after hour. Really, it's a finesse paddle. And the reality of steering paddles are, the faster you want the canoe to spin, the more you need to make a correction, bigger correction, the bigger the blade needs to be. This smaller steering paddle is for the steersman who is making micro corrections, the person who knows what's going to happen before the canoe actually does it. So if you're racing somewhere or on flat water, like Mirror Pond, this is an excellent choice. The Mirror Pond is 128 square inches in surface area. It's 9 5/8 inches wide and 18.5 inches tall. The bend is 7 degrees. In many ways, this paddle is like a large paddling paddle. But where it differs from a paddling paddle is the blade is thicker and the blade is stiffer. Sometimes when you use a paddling paddle to steer, what happens because of they're thinner is that they hum or they dart around. Sharp edges make a steering paddle grab and dart. It's available in a single bend or a double bend. This is the double bend version right here. The shaft's triple laminated. And we use an ergo T-top, and this one's made out of walnut. This is our lightest steering paddle. So who should use the Mirror Pond? Well, this is for the medium to advanced steers person, the person who has skills. This is really for a steers person who mainly can control the canoe in flat water with correction strokes. If you're needing to poke on the side of the canoe a lot to get back on course, the biscuit is a much better choice in paddle. The larger blade of the biscuit will turn the canoe faster, and then you can get back to the business of paddling with your crew. Where this paddle works well is conditions like if Kona is very flat. It's a long, hot race. You're going to take thousands and thousands of strokes. Having this smaller blade and the 7-degree blade angle allows you to sync up with your crew a little better. It's just easier on the steers person, not as fatiguing. So when it's flat, the Mirror Pond is the choice of my wife, Meg Chen, and I hope it's yours too.